Well, good morning and welcome back to Cityline. On the comfy couch with me is someone I know very well and somebody who looks so familiar, but I don't really know very well. So please join me in welcoming Safe Streets, and we have a brand new person we get to know. Welcome, Mitch Wright. You are the board president for Safe Streets, and you are the person I think I know. Your face rings such bells with me. And it's probably because we're both deeply involved in our community. We probably passed at some fundraiser, and I went, oh, great suit. And you went, oh, great earrings.
That must have been it, yes.
That was it. I know it was. Well, welcome to Cityline.
Thank you for having me.
This amazing woman, talk about executive directors that have become beloved in our city. We have Philip Cowan, we have Carlin Sampson, and we have Ms. Nora Fleming de Sandoval, ED. And you are the executive director for Safe Streets. Welcome back, my dear.
Thank you so much for having us.
And those earrings, hand them over, sister. Those earrings just are everything. See, nice earrings. Okay, there we go. So, Nora, tell us if people need a reminder or are not sure what Safe Streets does, tell us about your purpose and programs in general.
Absolutely. We are really focused on community mobilization.
Yes.
So we recognize that the answers for many of the problems that we have in our neighborhoods and our communities are actually within our own neighborhoods and communities.
They are.
And so we work together with neighbors to organize, to determine what they'd like to have changed in their neighborhoods, and to help them do that work. And then we also have an excellent youth development program that is both, we have a school-based one and a neighborhood-based.
I love that. Because, you know, back in the day, neighborhoods, it took a village to raise a child.
Yes.
I mean, I can remember people in my neighborhood asking, have you seen so-and-so, so-and-so? And all the moms would get together and we all start looking and screaming and, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, how did you find Mitch? And then Mitch, I want to hear some things about you. So you, being the new executive director, you've had a transition on your board.
We've had some transitions, but you know what? We had a longtime partner with Mitch's law firm.
Oh, there we go.
So we have
Which
always,
is?
Gordon Thomas Honeywell.
Yeah.
And we've always had somebody from that law firm on our board.
Great
and
law
so
firm.
Mitch actually reached out to me. And so we sat down, had some coffee, and chatted a little bit. He was on the board for about a year and then made the move to president.
All right. So what made you reach out to her?
Yeah, so I am a transplant to the area. I'm not from Tacoma originally. I grew up north in Mukilteo. After going to law school in Wisconsin, my wife and I came back to settle down in the area, and we were really looking for ways to get involved in the community where we're going to set up our roots. Through my law firm, Gordon Thomas Honeywell, we found out that we had this long-standing partnership with a group that is doing just that, helping set up roots, helping connect communities, and helping improve the communities that they live in. And I felt that that was a great way to not only get to know the new community that I was in, but the people that are doing the good work here. And I've just been really pleasantly surprised and enjoying the experience getting to know Safe Streets and the communities that also give back to Safe Streets and the efforts that they do.
Yes, yes, yes. So let's talk about maybe some new programs that you have started and that you need to tell us about.
Yeah, I think one of the main programs that we try to emphasize is our neighborhood groups.
Yes.
They are one of the most important things that we do. Like you said, it takes a village to raise a child, and it's one of the most important ways for the communities to connect not only with law enforcement in ways that we can keep our communities clean, but with themselves and with each other. You know, in an age of social media and a little bit of isolation, it's so important for communities to be able to connect with each other.
Right.
And so aside from Facebook groups or other local phone trees, it's really a way for the neighbors to get to know each other and their local law enforcement representatives so that they can feel comfortable reaching out to one another and reaching out to law enforcement when they have a problem or when they have a concern in their community. So those neighborhood groups really are one of the cornerstones of Safe Streets.
Well, they are. And Nora, I want you to talk about the open house you had the other morning.
Sure.
Because what you just said, Mitch, is so, it could be anybody who's moved here, anybody who is a single parent that has children. How do you get to know your neighbors when you're working 3 and 4 jobs and you are raising a family or you're commuting someplace else, but on the weekend you're out there raking your leaves going, where are my neighbors? So tell us about this open house.
You know, it's so funny that you mentioned the mother with children
Yes!
trying to get connected, because we had a early morning open house a couple weeks ago, and one of the people who came in was somebody interested in forming a Safe Streets group in her neighborhood, not because there's a particular issue that she finds troublesome or anything, but really just because she wants to get to know her neighbors and wants to build those connections to create a strong network to support her children when they're out playing in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
So we are working with her already to get her organized and get that group moving.
I love that. You have a program called Health is Wealth. Tell us about that. Boy, I love the name. It needs to be a t-shirt.
You know what? It sure does.
It sure does.
Okay.
A black one with a V-neck with white.
There you go. All right.
All right.
We've got it designed.
Okay, great.
Health is Wealth was born of the moment in 2023, at the beginning of 2023, when we had several youth homicides occur in the city. And it was such a clarion call to every organization that works in the community to start moving forward in that work. And so we have neighborhood cohorts. We have a neighborhood cohort over in Salishan. They meet every Friday. They get a hot meal, a warm welcome, and a fun activity. We have some new cohorts opening down in Tillicum, at Bay Terrace, right over here on Yakima, and then also one in Parkland this summer.
Oh, I love that.
So really trying to build up some strong networks, and it's open for youth of all ages.
Okay.
Because what we found out is kids babysit their little brothers and sisters, and we need to make opportunities for that and recognize that we need to accept the whole child.
Yeah, and activate those community centers and those camps and be a part of that, because we are their eyes and ears.
Yes.
You've got some upcoming events. Mitch, what is Breakfast of Champions?
Yes, we do, and thank you for the opportunity of giving a plug on that. April 2nd is our Breakfast of Champions, and it's a revival of a fundraiser for Safe Streets, honoring some of the great programs that help keep Safe Streets running and doing the great work we do. It honors some of our neighborhood groups, some of the local partnerships that keep Safe Streets going and help us with our community outreach. So it's going to be April 2nd at 7:30 to 9 a.m. It's a breakfast at the historic 1625 Center in Tacoma.
I love that. And we've been showing the website beneath those beautiful faces where you can get tickets.
Yes.
Location, just the whole 411 is right there. Nora, there are going to be some recognitions of several groups at that breakfast. Can you give us a little tease and throw in a thank you in this last minute?
Yes, what I'm really excited about, we'll be recognizing one of our long-standing groups out in Parkland. They have been a Safe Streets neighborhood group for 30 years. So super excited to recognize them. They have one of the best NNO events of the summer out there at Trinity Lutheran. So really excited to give them some roses and some recognition there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think I might keep the other ones a surprise.
All right. Well, you know what? That's okay. That's all right, because that's a good tease.
Sure.
Because that makes me want to buy a ticket and sit there and go, okay, who else is getting recognized?
Nice.
Who do we need to thank for all of this amazing energy?
We would not be anywhere without our community members.
Yeah.
And that's every person in the neighborhoods who attends meetings, who hands out flyers, who comes to coalition meetings, who speaks with the community liaison officers when there's an issue. Those folks are what is making our community safer, and those are the tools and resources we're really trying to share with people when we go out and mobilize.
I love this. It seems like just yesterday you were brand new, but now I look at you and think you are so comfortable, and you have just embraced this role, and the community has also embraced you. And how exciting to have you on board. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure. All right, when we come back, Pet of the Week. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.